That flash of jealousy you feel is a compass. That hot, ugly, shameful feeling is pointing directly at the life you're supposed to be living. This signal decodes your deepest priorities and reveals a profound hidden belief you hold about your own potential. And misinterpreting this compass is the single biggest reason people stay stuck, watching from the sidelines as others achieve the things they secretly want most. Think back to the last time it happened. That sudden, visceral sting when a colleague you started with gets the promotion you wanted, or when a friend announces an engagement while you're still navigating a string of dead-end dates. Maybe it was seeing someone from your hometown launch the exact business you've been dreaming about for years. The feeling is immediate. It's a hot flush, a tightening in your chest. It feels personal. We're taught this is an ugly emotion, something to be suppressed, ashamed of. We label it petty, toxic, a sign of insecurity, and in its raw form, it can be all of those things. It can curdle into resentment and bitterness if you let it stagnate. But what is it really? Before the judgment, before the shame, what is the raw signal? It is information. To understand its message, you first have to see what jealousy is by looking at what it is not. You admire a historical figure who changed the world. You respect a brilliant scientist who wins a Nobel Prize. But you don't feel that sharp, personal sting of jealousy. Their success feels abstract, like it's happening in a different reality. It doesn't feel like it has anything to do with you. This is the first clue. Jealousy is an intensely local emotion. It has a tiny specific activation radius. And what falls inside that radius changes everything. The people who trigger your jealousy are always your peers, real or perceived. They are people inside your orbit. They inhabit a similar world. They started from a similar place. They are the co-worker, the sibling, the friend, the competitor in your industry. Your brain sees them and runs a silent, lightning-fast calculation, and it concludes that their success was a plausible outcome for you. Your subconscious is telling you something vital. It's saying, pay attention, this is relevant. This result was, and still is, inside your possibility field. You never feel jealous of someone winning a game you don't believe you're playing. That feeling is reserved exclusively for the players you see as being on the same field as you. This is a mechanical process of the mind. Your brain is a prediction machine, constantly modeling future possibilities to keep you safe and help you thrive. When it sees a peer succeed, it registers that success as a viable pathway. The jealousy is the emotional alarm that goes off when it perceives that you are deviating from a path it has already marked as achievable. It is a distress signal from a part of your mind that believes you are falling behind your own potential. So every pang of envy is a data point. It's your own subconscious mind, free from your polite social programming, handing you a brutally honest report on your own ambitions. It's a map of your desires, but a map that causes pain isn't very useful on its own. The next step is to learn how to read it. Here is how you translate the raw, painful emotion into a clear action plan. The next time you feel that sting of jealousy, get specific. Get granular. You have to deconstruct the achievement that triggered you. Let's say you're jealous of a friend who just bought their first house. The lazy interpretation is, I want a house. That's vague and unhelpful. Instead, break it down into its component parts. What, specifically, about that achievement sparks the envy? Is it the financial stability the down payment represents? Is it the sense of permanence and putting down roots? Is it the freedom to paint the walls whatever color you want without asking a landlord? Is it the social status of home ownership? Is it the beautiful garden they now have? Make a list, write down every single element, then look at that list and ask yourself a terrifyingly honest question. Which of these pieces do I truly, deeply want for myself? You might discover that you don't actually want the mortgage, the property taxes, or the responsibility of fixing a leaky roof. You might find that the part that truly resonates is the feeling of stability or the creative freedom. Suddenly, the vague, painful envy of a house transforms into a clear, actionable desire. I need to build more financial security. Or, I need a life with more creative autonomy. The jealousy has done its job. It has delivered its message. It has moved you from a state of passive wanting to active diagnosis. But sometimes, this deconstruction process reveals something even deeper. You may find that you don't want any of the specific components of the achievement. You are jealous of the state they represent. You aren't jealous of your friend's specific partner. You are jealous of the feeling of being chosen, of being loved, and prioritized. You aren't jealous of your colleague's new title and their crushing workload. You are jealous of the public recognition, the feeling of being seen and valued for your work. This is the shadow desire. It's the core human need hiding behind the material achievement, and identifying this is like finding the source code for your motivation. It allows you to bypass the superficial goal and go straight for the underlying need. Perhaps you can find that feeling of being chosen in your friendships instead of a romantic relationship right now. Perhaps you can get that feeling of validation by mentoring someone or by completing a personal project you're proud of, instead of chasing the next corporate promotion. The jealousy was never about the person or the object. It was a poorly worded request from your subconscious for a specific emotional state. You were just projecting that state onto their success. Once you identify the real request, you can find a dozen different ways to fulfill it, ways that are more aligned with who you actually are. This is the point where jealousy becomes an incredible tool for self-awareness. It guides you back to your true priorities. But this entire process can be derailed by one toxic impulse. That impulse is resentment. Resentment is what happens when jealousy is mixed with a story of powerlessness. It's the voice that whispers, "They only got that because they were lucky," or "They had connections I don't have," or "They played dirty, the system is rigged for people like them." This narrative is seductive. It's a comforting poison because it absolves you of all responsibility. If their success was due to an unfair advantage, then your lack of similar success is not your fault. You can relax, you are a victim of circumstance, and you can stay exactly where you are. This story feels good for a moment, but it is the most effective cage you can ever build for yourself. It takes the powerful activating energy of jealousy and turns it into a paralytic. The alternative is to adopt a mindset that is far more demanding but infinitely more powerful. You must learn to see the person you are jealous of as evidence. Their success is proof of concept. They are a scout who has gone ahead and mapped a section of the terrain. They have proven that the goal is achievable for someone in your proximity, in your world. Their success reduces your risk. It provides a case study. What steps did they take? What skills did they build? What mistakes did they make that you can now avoid? Their achievement ceases to be a personal attack on your self-worth and becomes a valuable dataset. You shift from seeing them as a rival to seeing them as a resource. This is the final transmutation. You take the hot, sharp splinter of jealousy and you look at it until it becomes cool, clear data. You deconstruct it to find your true priority. You identify the shadow desire beneath the surface-level achievement. And finally, you look at the person who triggered this whole process and you replace the resentment with a strange sense of gratitude. You thank them mentally for being the evidence, for showing you the way, for waking up a part of you that was dormant. The pain of jealousy is the gap between where you are and where your potential is calling you to be. It's the tension on the line. And that tension is a gift. It is the force that pulls you forward. The compass doesn't judge you for being lost. It just points north. Your jealousy doesn't judge you for what you lack. It just points toward what you believe you can attain. The entire universe of things you could want is vast, but the slice of it that can make you truly painfully jealous is tiny. That's your territory. That's your assignment. The scout has returned from the terrain ahead. They've handed you a map. The only question left is whether you'll stay in the camp, complaining about the journey, or start walking